Hi, good morning. What makes Bidin become distant and his work started to
Bidin is
deteriorate?
dissatisfied with the selection of the new senior designer position in Whiteland Design Sdn Bhd. He felt being cheated by his job for not choosing him as the senior designer position after putting all his time and effort in his job. With this, Bidin has the feeling of neglect after not getting the senior designer position. Thus, he has lost motivation to do his job and is unmotivated for his work. This also creates a perception in Bidin that even after putting his effort and time in his work, he did not get the senior design position. Instead, Tengku Zara is promoted because she is the member of royalty and is close relationship with Datin Sri Tiara, who is the owner of the company.
What are the factors that influence Bidin's perception that he will be chosen as the senior
Factor
designer?
that create the perception on Bidin that he will be chosen as the senior designer is that Bidin thinks his work will speak for itself. This creates a selective perception that by being a good employee in the company that always focus on his job will get him the promotion. He is an introvert who always focus on his job, staying in his cubicle space rather than spending time with his other co-worker.
How do the attribution of biases work in this
In
case?
this case, there is a bias that Tengku Zara is chosen as the senior designer because of her status and connection with the company rather than being a good employee of the company that always does her job. Throughout the organization, Tengku Zara is known as a slacker that always pretend to do his work, and Bidin is the one who always does most of the designing work. Tengku Zara has a good connection with a lot of people in Whiteland Sdn Bhd because she is an extrovert. With this, she also has good relationship with the superior of the company. She also often hang out with Datin Sri Tiara and other managers. This shows a bias with the selection of Tengku Zara as the senior designer.
As human resources manager, what can you do to reduce biases?
I think to reduce the bias in this case, I would look for information among the workplace on how the bias started. This can help me see both sides of the story on Bidin's side and Tengku Zara's side, and how the bias affect Bidin and Tengku Zara. This will help me solve the bias in this case and to make decision on who actually fits to be the senior designer.
What effect does perception have on employees and workplace?
A perception can create a job dissatisfaction for the employee if he or her perception does not happen as expected. If the perception of the employee actually happen as expected, it can be a motivation for the employee to do a good work in his or her job. Other than that, a perception can also create a bias in the workplace. This would create a bad and negative workplace for the employee. With a negative workplace can unmotivate employees to do their work, and this will decrease the productivity on the workplace.
By using the stack in rational decision-making model, suggest one solution to solve this problem and improve productivity and profit of Whiteland Sdn
To
Bhd.
solve this problem and improve the productivity of Whiteland Design Sdn Bhd, I must identify the problem. Here the problem is between Bidin and Tengku Zara. Tengku Zara is not doing good job as the senior designer, and Bidin is less productive in his work. After that, I must come up with a decision to solve this problem. For Tengku Zara problem, she needs to improve her performance as the senior designer. For Bidin, he needs to be more motivated in his workplace in the company. There are a lot of alternative decisions to solve this problem. The best way to improve Tengku Zara's performance is by sending her to a meeting or training so she can learn and improve herself for the senior designer position. As for Bidin, to motivate him, it can be with increasing his salary. for his hardworking work that he has always done for the company. This can be done by giving him bonus for some extra work. This is the best alternative decision for this problem. After this decision has been made, the company must always monitor Bidin and Tengku Zara so that the problem can be solved correctly. With this, Tengku Zara's performance as the senior designer can improve and Bidin can be more motivated to do his work in this company. This can solve and improve the productivity and at the same time increase the profit.